John, of course, the magic number down to 1, and the Dodgers feel like they have just the man for the job. Clayton Kershaw pitches for LA tonight. His third start off of the injured list, and he tries to pitch him to a series win and a division clincher against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Welcome inside. Hope you're having a great night. Joe Davis, Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson joins us in just a bit. So the Dodgers right there. They've got the magic number down to 1, away from clinching a 9th division title in 10 years.
Well, that's the first box to check, and that's winning the division. The Dodgers, I'm going to say it, they're going to do it tonight.
All right, they'll try to do it behind a pitching staff that's been great all season. Last 2 games especially. Gave up the 2 early runs in San Diego the other day, but they followed that up with a bunch of zeros and a shutout last night.
Well, look, they've been doing extremely well. Everybody wants to talk about the hitting, but we got to give the pitching some love. And they have been absolutely excellent. And it hasn't just been one guy. Whether it's Anderson or it's Jackson or it's Bickford, or it doesn't matter. Whoever goes out and takes the rubber is thrown extremely well.
Yeah, how about Clayton Kershaw?
What can you say? I think it's appropriate. He started the All-Star game for the first time this year. He should be on the mound tonight as the Dodgers clinch the division. He's been great, really, his last 2 starts. His last one against the Giants, 8 strikeouts, no walks.
Good one for the Dodgers, good one for the Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly's been a Cy Young candidate against everybody else this year, but he's got an ERA close to 10 in his 3 starts against L.A.
Well, it's one of those things. Either the Dodgers have something on him, whether he tips or gives something away, or Kelly, it's a mental block. But as you can see, 0-3 against the Dodgers, but dominant against the rest of the league. We got to remind him he's playing the Dodgers tonight.
And those 3 losses, part of what is now a 9-game winning streak for the Dodgers against Arizona, looking for their 10th in a row and looking for their 9th division title in a decade. We've got first pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA. Of course, lead off again. Here's the lineup brought to you by U.S. Bank. Turner and Freeman 2 and 3. Will Smith catches out of the cleanup spot with Max Muncy at third base hitting 5th. Justin Turner DHs. Gallows in left hitting 7th. Bellinger or Taylor at 2nd, and Bellinger in center hitting 9th. They face off with Merrill Kelly, who debuted when he was 30 years old in 2019. He's now in his 4th year with the Diamondbacks, and this has been a career year.
It really has, and he is a very good pitcher. He and Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks, a good 1-2 combo. He struggles against L.A. You look at that career number, 0-7, a 5.85 ERA. But when we talk about what he's throwing everything. You can see he's got 6 pitches. Likes to rely a lot on that changeup, sinker, cutter. Will throw the 4-seamer as well to set up those pitches. Curveball. The only thing you can eliminate is the slider.
And what have the Dodgers hit against him? Well, when you've got an ERA around 10 this year, just about everything. 3 starts against LA this season. He's 0-3 with a 9.69. Betts climbs in. Kelly comes home, and off we go with a fastball, a little bit low. Dodgers winning last night 6-0. Game that was scoreless after 6 innings. They got 3 runs in the 7th, and they got 3 in the 9th on a Betts home run. Ground ball to short, Geraldo Perdomo. At Betts, the first out of the night. Trey Turner triggered things in that 7th inning with a triple. He's got a 23-game hitting streak against Arizona. He's got a 10-game hitting streak since the beginning of this month.
Almost feels like his whole year has been comprised of hitting streaks, right?
With just little 1-game gaps sprinkled in here and there. One of the key components of this lineup that has led the majors pretty much all season, and lately especially when you break it down to the last 9 games, they're scoring 7.5 runs per game. They're getting 5 extra base hits per game in that time. Kelly rocks and fires 2-0, and Turner swings and misses 2-1. Dodgers a 97-43 overall. Won 3 of 4 to open this road trip. And you go back to late June, 52-15 this stretch. And so what they're on the verge of doing is clinching a division faster than any LA Dodger team ever has, a division or a pennant. It's their 141st game, and no LA Dodger team has ever won a title that quickly. On a 3-1 pitch, Turner watches ball 4, and he becomes the first base runner.
First baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
A lot of these guys have great numbers against Merrill Kelly. No surprise. Freddie Freeman's one of them. 5 for 12, and 4 of those 5 hits have been doubles. We talked about this when the Dodgers were here earlier this year, but this is one of Freddie's favorite parks in all of baseball to hit. And he said that he's like, yeah, the backdrop is nice, but for whatever reason, when I'm standing there, I feel like I'm right on top of the pitcher. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, we don't want that. We want more time to see the pitch. And he said, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of hard to explain. It's like I can just scare him, like I'm taller than him. Cracks this one high in the air to center field, but got under it, and Dalton Varsho put it away. Turner thought about trying to take second. He'll hang out. 2 out.
Yeah, one of the things about this ballpark, as you mentioned, Freddie talking about the background, but the ball does carry well here. One of the best places to hit in all of baseball.
Did you ever want to feel like you were?
Well, that part, that's new. That's new to me.
Yeah.
I want to feel like right on top. I want to be as far away. Think I wanted to be right on top of Randy Johnson here? No, sir.
He certainly was right on top of you. Smith, another one of those guys. Good numbers against Merrill Kelly. Kelly paying attention to Trey Turner over there for good reason with what Trey can do and something he's been focusing on. He's given up 14 stolen bases this year in 16 tries.
Always talking about the big 3. Will Smith, 2nd on the team in home runs, 3rd on the team in RBIs.
21 and 81. On an 0-1 pitch, fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Kelly gave up 4 runs in 7 innings against the Padres his last time. And he's been a workhorse for him. 7th time in his last 9 starts, he's gone 7+. On an 0-2, he paints the outside corner with a fastball to get Smith looking, finishing off a scoreless first inning. So here comes Clayton Kershaw, his 3rd outing since the injured list stint. Been really good over the first 2. He's got a chance to clinch a division title tonight. His first pitch after this. Dodgers don't score in the first inning. Arizona coming to bat for the first time with this lineup brought to you by U.S. Bank. Very similar lineup to last night with another left-handed starter on the mound. It's Kelly, Marte, and McCarthy at the top of the order. Then Christian Walker at first base. Manu Rivera's at 3rd. Stone Garrett DHs. In left field, Jordan Luplow. The one change to the lineup is Dalton Varsho plays center. And Gerardo Perdomo out of the 9th spot at short. 3rd start for Kershaw for the injured list. Wednesday against San Francisco. Went 6 innings, gave up just 2 runs, and that was after he gave up only 1 run over 5 against the Mets.
When you mentioned it, first start this year against these Diamondbacks, and going to face a young club with some new guys. Hasn't had a lot of success here career-wise. You see that ERA just over 4 here at Chase Field.
That was surprising. That's in 20 starts here. Carson Kelly swings at the first pitch that he throws, and a pop fly and foul ground. Freeman has room, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Kershaw. How about what Clayton Kershaw brings to the table?
Well, as if we don't already know and aren't familiar with it. He's got that slider, the four-seamer, the curveball. That's what you're going to see a majority of the time. Going to live and die with that slider. And just for fun, we're going to put sinker and changeup on this list as well.
He likes that, though. Make them think that there's more in there than the big three. Interestingly, though, against San Francisco his last time, he threw the fastball more than half of the time for the first time this year. It's fastball for a strike on Ketel Marte. And he, even after the game, said, I felt really good about my fastball command. And you know, if Clayton Kershaw is praising something that he did, he really, really felt good about it. Curveball there gets a swing and a miss. And the breaking pitches got a bunch of those swings and misses against the Giants last week.
Goes right with the curveball early on. Ketel saying, oh, you got to be kidding me.
0-2. Showing him everything. He went fastball, curveball, now slider. And it's 1-2 on Marte, who has homered against Kershaw 3 times. Dodgers coming off a 12th shutout of the season last night. And against an Arizona lineup that had been hitting really well. The day before scored 12 runs. Two.
Those 12 runs too in Colorado. No home runs.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of crazy. Put up 12 and don't go deep in that ballpark.
But 15 hits, 9 walks in that game.
Yeah.
That's something these guys have done. We were talking about last night. Really good plate discipline over the last month or two. Marte checks his swing there. Count goes full.
He wanted to.
From 0-2 to 3-2. And strike 3. Well, he got some help from the home plate umpire there for his first strikeout of the night. It's a reputation strike, huh?
That's a future Hall of Famer call right there.
Right fielder.
I mean, that's. Look, you got to be honest. That thing wasn't even close.
But a guy named John Bacon trying to get us closer to Jack in the Box. Jumbo Jacks tomorrow. John Bacon, the home plate umpire. 2 gone first inning. Jake McCarthy. As the Arizona offense has come to life the last couple months, he's been right at the heart of it. He's got a 9-game hitting streak. He's hitting .429 over that time. Debuted last September. First half this year, he was back and forth between the major leagues and AAA. He started the season 3 for 25. Sent down, back up, back down, back up. But since that 3 for 25 start, he's second in the National League, hitting .326.
He's an exciting young player. A high pick out of University of Virginia. Very athletic. He's one of those rare combinations of he's a very good baseball player and he's very athletic. You know, sometimes you have the great athletes, but the tools are eh. Or sometimes they have good baseball players, but they're plodding around. But he's both.
And Arizona's praised how good he's been as far as approach and the mental side of the game, adjusting to different pitchers as well. Hitting coach for Arizona, Joe Mather, said he might be our best thinker, too. He's worked it full against Kershaw.
Back-to-back full counts for Kersh. Still at only 13 pitches, though, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah. And McCarthy takes the walk. Well, nearly half of the walks that Kershaw's issued this season have come in the first inning.
Well, he had 3 walks his first start back after the IL. Then he went to a 0 last game. He's got 1 here. Could theoretically have 2. And here we're facing Christian Walker,
who has owned Kershaw like just about nobody else. He's got 4 home runs against him. It's tied for the most of any active player. Fastball at 93. You think Kershaw doesn't know that? Woo.
Kerr showing the competitiveness right there, huh?
And it's not been only against Kershaw. Walker has more home runs and RBIs than any player against the Dodgers over the last 4 years, since he became an everyday guy, with Paul Goldschmidt going to St. Louis. 13 home runs, 33 knocked in last 4 years against the Dodgers. That first pitch fastball, by the way, at 93.3, the single fastest pitch Clayton Kershaw's thrown this year. Walker bringing out his best. On this 1-1, he swings and misses at a slider, and it's 1-2.
Good location right there. Bears it up and into Walker. Got to bury a slider right here, right?
It's exactly what he did, to strike out Walker and finish off a scoreless first.
With you this September with MLB TV. Receive a free subscription to MLB TV when you attend a game. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB TV for details. That's kind of a rough read.
You got through it.
Oh, we'll do that a little later, I guess, right?
If you all warmed up.
Well, I'm focused on the clinch, right?
Right. There's a grounder off Kelly, and Max Muncy will extend his hitting streak to 8 games with that. Leadoff base hit here in the second. First base hit of the game for either team.
Designated hitter, number 10, Justin Turner.
Kelly unable to get his glove down quick enough. Take it.
Muncy on, Turner up. Nine for 20 in his career against Merrill Kelly, whose first pitch is in there for a strike. Justin Turner having this great season after the slow start. Part of it has been figuring out his routine as a DH. And he had some experience doing it before this season, you know, occasionally in the interleague matchups, road ballparks, AL ballparks. But he's really honed it in this year. And there's been kind of a added effect from that. What the routine is between at-bats, he goes and gets a little workout in. A lot of it's upper body, core work. There's not a ton of lower body work. But as he's done a couple extra workouts a day as part of his DH routine, what that's led to is not just the micro of him feeling ready for each at-bat, but he's really strong. As the season's gone on, he's as strong as he's ever been at this stage. Ahead 2-1.
Thus, the Chippendales costume.
That's it.
Right? Like, I bet you he was contemplating, do I need shirt or not shirt? It's this routine.
Right.
But that's interesting that, you know, you mentioned that, because that is something that's so difficult for everyday players to learn how to DH, because there is an art to it.
Wow, those workouts are doing something.
That's great. Come be a DH.
That's right. Come work on your core. Wristbands not included. Three-one from Kelly. Caught the corner. Count goes full. So this is the 52nd time that Justin Turner has started at DH this year. 2 or 3 extra upper body and core workouts each one of those games. That's 150 extra workouts over the course of the year. And these are by no means like breaking out this big sweat, long workouts, but enough where there's been a cumulative effect of the whole thing. Here's a payoff pitch. Turner sends one down the line to right. Peeling foul. Some guys hate it, right? Some guys hate DHing because they just can't find that routine.
Well, and one of the things now, because you've got the DH, what it used to be is you'd play in the American League Park, and so it'd be a 3-game series, but now you have to find a routine, and so maybe guys are a little more amenable to it.
Another payoff. Got him swinging this time with a good changeup.
That's an excellent pitch by Kelly. It starts in the zone and then just dives down and in. And JT frustrated.
Rick Krajewski points out that specifically as a DH, through June 27th, he was hitting 196. Since then, he's hitting 371 as a DH. Runner at first, one away. Here's Joey Gallo. Strike one from Kelly. Gallo 0 for 2 yesterday. 4 for his last 39. And Joey'd be the first to tell you that he's never going to be a high average guy. But what's been missing that is half of his game is the walks. Because he can live with a low average when the on base percentage and the power are there. And he's flashed the power, but during this 4 for 39 stretch, he only has 2 walks.
Yeah, it hasn't been exactly what he wanted, but I think he's going to get the remaining 20 some odd games. He's going to get every opportunity to try and get right, try and develop some consistency, because it's irrelevant what happens now. It's only what matters when October comes by.
There's some of the power. High drive, center field, gone. Big man land out there in center. 2-0.
Second baseman, number 3, Chris Taylor.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the Dodgers will continue to run out Joey Gallo in this lineup. Can't defend that. Man, I think that went higher than it did far.
Ooh. And it went 438 feet. 2-0 Dodgers in front with a magic number to clinch the division at 1. 2 different ways you could get it done tonight, a win or a Padres loss. You would very much prefer to finish off that division title with a win. One ball, one strike on Chris Taylor.
Going back to Joey Gallo, talked about how far it was, 438 feet. Longest home run for him this season. Dodgers or the Yanks. Kelly again having his struggles with the Dodgers. He's given up 14 runs to the ball club this season. 11 of those runs coming in the first 2 innings. Add a little 2 spot to that.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. Taylor cracks a line drive to the left field corner. That's down for a hit. Extra bases for Taylor. Thinking 3. Throws on the brakes. And probably a good idea that he did. That throw went into third. And Taylor's reemergence continues.
Clean shaven CT is swinging it. This ball scorched down the line. Very rarely you're going to see a guy try and get 3 with a ball down the left field line. He's got it in front of him. He makes that decision. He doesn't need to pick up Dino over at third. He's got the play in front of him. Makes a decision to stay at second base.
So the double follows the home run, and the Dodgers have 6 extra base hits in these 2 games, outscoring Arizona 8-0. Chris Taylor coming to life. Cody Bellinger last couple games coming to life. Back-to-back multi-hit games for the first time since mid-June. Takes ball 1.
All those hits, doesn't matter how hard they're hit, where they're hit. What that does is that creates feel good between the ears, and that for me is the most important thing for Cody right now.
Is it serotonin? Sad. Two 2-0. And the fact remains, he has been, even with down years in recent years, as clutch of a player as they've got. Aside from Corey Seager's absurd run through the 2020 postseason, think about all of Bellinger's big moments. Nobody has more than he does consistently through his career in this great stretch of Dodger baseball. He obviously had the MVP season and followed that up with a couple seasons that were still good, but had huge moment after huge moment in the postseason. 2018 NLCS, he was the MVP. 2020 he had the game-tying home run, Game 7 of the National League Championship Series. Last season won the division series in Game 5. And so those, the last couple of years have come after not very good regular seasons. A knack for the moment, even after long bad stretches. 3-1.
Well, what I'll say is he doesn't shy away from the moment. He's going to get his opportunities because he's out there every day. But he is so athletic. He's so dynamic. And when he's right, he's as good as any player in the game.
Taylor at second, 1 gone. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Bellinger swings and misses. Count goes full.
I think the other thing, too, you go back to 2019 in that MVP season. That's almost like he set a floor for himself. Like everybody's going to expect this year in and year out. And it just, that year was crazy special.
Slicing pop up. He'll hope reaches the seats. Let's see. Nope. Stays in there for Rivera. And the second out.
Right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Back to the top and Betts. Ninth inning home run for Betts last night, his 7th in his last 17 games.
Kelly trying to nibble. Dodgers so good at laying off pitches out of the zone. You just can't say that enough.
We've seen through the years what happens. You either walk a bunch of guys or you give in and say, well, you're not going to chase, so I guess I got to get more of the zone, and then they make you pay for that. Danged if you do, danged if you don't. .3-0. Green light, hit foul, 3-1. Betts takes the walk. And now word from Morongo.
Puddle of Mud, live October 8th. Get your tickets before they sell out.
Puddle of Mud still doing its thing, huh? Nice. Hey, Merrill Kelly had walked 2 over his last 3 starts. He's already walked 2 tonight. That offense for the Dodgers refusing to chase against a guy who's gotten more chase this year by far than any other season in his career. Guy that's from here, Scottsdale, Arizona native, went to Arizona State, and then got drafted by Andrew Friedman and the Tampa Bay Rays. Came up through the Rays minor league system, 5 years there, was released, went to Korea for 4 years, and pitched himself back on the big league radar, signed that major league contract with his hometown team, made it to the majors at the age of 30, and has pitched well enough where this spring they signed him to an extension through 2024. That's before he had this breakout year. Part of him's probably like, man, maybe I should have waited till after this year. 2 on 2 out, Trey Turner. Trey drew the first walk. Something he doesn't love doing. Trey likes to swing. Yeah, Trey likes to get hits. He says, I get it, the on base percentage, I get why it's valuable, but I don't want to walk.
With speed like his, how can walk be in your vocabulary?
That's true. Taylor at second, Betts at first. Kelly comes home again, and Turner swings and misses to end the inning. Dodgers on the board first. Joey Gallo with his 17th home run of the year. A majestic drive to center field. 2-zip, middle 2. Fifth in a Dodger uniform has started the scoring. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 coming up against Clayton Kershaw. Struck out 2 in a scoreless first. It's Emmanuel Rivera to lead it off. No balls, 1 strike. The Dodgers trying to clinch their 9th division title over the last 10 years. The first of those 10 The first of what they hope is 9 over those 10 years. 2013 they clinched here in Arizona and famously partied in the pool afterwards. Clayton Kershaw is the only guy left from that 2013 team. Bill Plunkett of the Orange County Register asked him this week what he remembered about that. And what he said is, what I remember is that was never our mindset to go into the pool. We didn't have any intentions of going into the pool to celebrate. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, his 3rd K already. Until word came down from the Diamondbacks, do not go in the pool. And Kershaw said, we were all like, no, you can't tell us what to do. And he said if they hadn't said anything, if they hadn't sent word to the clubhouse, I don't think we would have even thought to go do it. They went out there and had a good time. And then if you recall, a few years later, Dodgers won the division series here in 2017. And the Diamondbacks had put police mounted on horses in front of the pool to make sure that they didn't go out there again. 1 ball, no strikes on Stone Garrett. Tonight they have a shark in there.
Right. That was
way up there. He's pretty close to the rafters. 2 out. Kirsten, Dave Roberts going to go do a big belly flop tonight?
No, Joe. He confirmed that he nor the team will be making their way to right center field to where that pool is. So the D-backs should be fine and let security know that no one will be jumping in the pool this evening, guys.
You can release the shark.
Shark, yeah.
Yeah.
Put the shark back out in the desert.
Yeah.
It's where it will thrive.
2 gone. Jordan Luplow. A 1-1. Clayton Kershaw making his 40th start against Arizona tonight. Not good in this park, as you touched on, but it's been so good against Arizona at Dodger Stadium that the overall numbers pretty Kershaw-like. He's got a 281 in his career against him. His 2-1 pitch to Jordan Luplow is low for ball 3. Three and 2. Chopper, Muncy. 1-2-3 second for Kershaw. 2-0 lead for the Dodgers. A game away from a division title.
Backs come to LA. Watch a member of the Kings throw out the first pitch, so make sure you get there early. So purchase a special ticket pack to receive an exclusive hockey jersey. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/Kings.
Let's see how well hockey players can throw baseballs. Freddie Freeman to open the 3rd for the Dodgers, leading 2-0. Fastball just misses from Merrill Kelly. Too many more of those, and that Arizona dugout is not going to be happy with the zone Clayton Kershaw's got. One and 1. Freddie Freeman hitting .329 to lead the National League. Paul Goldschmidt came into the day at .325. Freddie Freeman's done a lot of things throughout his career. He's yet to win a batting title, though. MVP season 2020 hit .341, but Juan Soto hit .351.
You know, the one thing you said, he's done a lot of things. One thing that he hasn't done, and I don't know, I mean, maybe you can correct me on this, but that stance has looked the same from the very beginning. I don't think he's ever tinkered with it, ever changed it. Ever since I remember him coming up, it's been the same stance and just go out and rake.
So simple.
Right?
High fly ball, a majestic drive. How far? Look out, pool! He hit it over the pool. Wow! "3-0 Dodgers on a pair of monstrous home runs. First Gallo, now Freeman.
Man, when he hit that thing, I started to get anxious for that shark in the pool, and went right over that thing. He's hit 2 balls. He hit one earlier on this trip in San Diego. But I'll be darned if it wasn't rainy and misty. I thought it would have gone out of the stadium.
Off of the bat of Smith into short right center field. On comes McCarthy to catch it. Yeah, so the one in San Diego was 446. That one was 442.
Wow. And almost in the same place, too.
Third baseman, Max Muncy.
Which one would you guess? Don't think about how far we said the feet were. Longer, Gallo or Freeman?
Well, I would have said Gallo.
Freeman by 4 feet?
Yeah, right. Gallows was so high, though, right? I mean. So I think Freddie should change his stance.
Mix it up? Yeah, is that what you're saying?
This is getting boring, right? I mean, perfection is getting old here.
His 20th. 4th Dodger to hit 20 this year. Check swing for Muncy. 2 balls, 1 strike. Max extended his hitting streak to 8 games with a base hit his first time. Ricocheted off Merrill Kelly into left field.
You know, we can talk about Gallo, we can talk about Freddie, we can talk about Mookie.
Okay.
Austin Barnes is still the leader at 453 feet. Take that.
Yeah.
Hit that blast in Colorado at the beginning of the year. He laid it down at the beginning of the year and said, "Take this, boys.
Go trade for Joey Gallo."
Right.
Go ahead. Here's the payoff. 3rd walk issued by Kelly.
Designated hitter, Justin Turner.
And again, this is a guy who has gone 7 or more innings. 7 of his last 9 starts. The only way you do that is by being pretty efficient. But he's looking across in 20 pitches per inning here in the 3rd. Ball 1 on Justin Turner.
That right there is a great illustration of why the Dodgers are so good and why Kelly's in trouble tonight. Turner lays off a pitch. It's literally an inch or 2 off the plate. And they've done this all evening. Just continue to spit on pitches out of the zone.
Again.
And it's twofold. The Dodgers have the ability to lay off those pitches, and also they trust the guy behind them. You know, it'd be one thing if you're a horse hitting in the lineup there, one of the better guys, and you don't have anybody later on. You know, like, forget it. I'm going to expand a little bit. I'm going to do it. But everybody can hit. there's no need to be, I guess, selfish to do it yourself.
And is that just a feeling that comes from collectively having so many pieces, or is there something to true lineup construction? Because you get people that argue that lineup construction is overrated.
Well, it's a combination of the two, and you can even take it a step further and talk about the hitting philosophy that's employed by the Dodgers, RBS, Brownie, Aaron Bates, and you go through the minor league system, and I don't think it's a coincidence. Yes, you have some great players in Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, but you also have guys that have evolved into great hitters while under the tutelage of these guys.
3-1. Muncy at first, one gone, 3-0 game, third inning. 3-2 from Merrill Kelly is pinpoint to get Turner looking. Second time that he struck out Turner tonight.
I mean, you can't do anything with that pitch as a hitter. That's a great pitch. It's a great location, and yeah, it's frustrating, but you got to tip your cap.
So it brings up Joey Gallo, who went very deep his first time.
Really was majestic.
And the hitting coaches have maintained that he's close. He'll go down the work in the cage, and he works really hard, and he'll make the high velocity machine look like it's nothing.
Right.
From Kelly. Gallo gets under this one. That is a souvenir, I think. Jeez.
I think it hit the roof. It hit the roof.
Did it really?
Yeah, it hit the roof.
I don't know if in 7 years of coming here I've seen that happen.
Right. If anybody's going to do it, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time in those 7 years I've come here with Joey Gallo. So. Kelly really laboring. 65th pitch here in the third is outside ball 3. Ball 4. And again, Merrill Kelly over his last 3 starts had walked 2. Dodgers have earned 4 walks in 3 innings tonight.
Second baseman, Chris Taylor.
This offense can make very good pitchers look mediocre. The ability to just grind them.
Through 30 pitches in the second inning. This is the 25th coming here in the third. And Chris Taylor, who rocked a double into the left field corner his first time, stands in. 0-2. Two on, two out. Another 0-2 pitch comes home and misses inside. 1-2 on Taylor. Merrill Kelly's given up 17 earned runs in 15 2/3 against LA. 2.28 ERA in his other 25 starts. That puts him right in the Cy Young conversation. Good take. 2-2. Goes off of the inside corner to ring up Taylor, and in this third inning, but Freddie Freeman joins Joey Gallo with a long home run. 3-0, middle three.
Celebrating our educators with the 2022 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a teaching kit. Enter online at SpectrumEducator.com for your chance to win.
Ball one on Dalton Varsho. Joey Gallo and Freddie Freeman, long home runs tonight. Dodgers ahead 3-0. Magic number to clinch the division is 1. Do it with a Dodger win, could do it with a Padre loss against Seattle. No score in that game, bottom 3. Two and 1 on Varsho. Came off of the bench last night, struck out. He's having a nice season. 24 home runs, although 23 of them have come against right-handed pitchers. On this 2-1 from Kershaw, he hacks it foul. 2-2. One of the young players they're excited about, and relative to the rest of this extremely young roster, this is actually kind of a veteran player. Debuted in 2020. Last season, his first full year in the majors, and took off in the second half. Built off that this year. Strikes out this time. 4th strikeout for Kershaw. 1 away in the 3rd.
Kershaw going with his slider up in the zone and starts on the outer part. Just continues to move away from Varsho. Varsho needs to improve against the left-handed pitching. That's what he struggled with quite a bit this year.
One gone. Geraldo Perdomo came up with the first hit for the Diamondbacks last night. '22-year-old rookie shortstop takes down the middle, and it's 1-1. He's got the first hit tonight as well. An unlikely guy to do that these last 2 nights. The lowest OPS in the National League.
Kershaw going with that slider, doesn't get it in far enough. You mentioned Perdomo. Not the guy that you really worry about offensively, but getting the Diamondbacks on the board in that hit column.
Back to the top of the order, and the catcher, Carson Kelly. Oh for 5 so far in this series, and 2 for his last 40 against the Dodgers. If you remember when he got to Arizona, he came over in the Paul Goldschmidt deal, he had some big moments early on. First hit as a Diamondback was a game-winning pinch hit double against the Dodgers. He's ahead here 2-0. Had a game-winning home run against the Dodgers in that first season. He had a 2-out game-tying home run against Kenley Jansen at Dodger Stadium. Now in his 4th year with the club. Takes a strike, 2-1. Before he was a pro catcher, he was actually a dominant high school pitcher. With a mid-90s fastball. Cardinals drafted him not as either one of those things. Not as a catcher, not as a pitcher. Drafted him as a third baseman. And the pitching was still a fallback plan, though. Instead of moving him to the mound, they of course moved him to catcher, where he got to learn from Yadier Molina at spring trainings. When Carson was a kid, his dad, every step of Little League, or his coach every step of Little League was his dad, and he made it a point to have him learn all the different spots. Bounces this one to third. Mutzy will gun it to second. One. Taylor to first. Freeman couldn't scoop it out of there. And Kelly aboard on the fielder's choice. And so the point being, Carson was well prepared for a pro career where he's kind of bounced all over the place.
Not often you find a catcher in the leadoff spot either.
Right.
Kelly showing his wheels, getting down there a little bit. Freddie almost picking it. Got the glove on it. That was a tough one, though.
Two out. Here's Marte. Been a rough year for him, but he's got a 7-game hitting streak against LA. 2 hits and a walk yesterday. Well, this is, as they try to build things, we got all these young guys coming up. This is the guy that they committed to financially to be the veteran cornerstone of the whole thing, and he has struggled since they did that. 5 years, $76 million contract, and after leading the National League the last 3 years, hitting .316, he's at .245 this year. Shoots this one up the middle. Chris Taylor to his left to gobble it up and throw him out. After 3 in Phoenix, Dodgers up 3-0. This coverage in the game, we check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Dodgers up 3-0 and a couple long home runs. There they go. What do you got, EK? Anything?
I'm just in awe.
Yeah. Cody Bellinger leads off the 4th against Merrill Kelly. Strike 1. Starts him with the breaking pitch. Bellinger popped out his first time, facing a guy here that he's taken deep twice. Speaking of going deep twice, Aaron Judge has done so tonight. Numbers 56 and 57 at Fenway Park. One ball, 2 strikes. So he's within 4 of matching Roger Maris's American League record. Strike 3 called. Kelly's 5th.
Kelly has made some exceptional pitches tonight. He had JT earlier on a pitch that was just dotted on the corner. That one right there to Belly. Nothing you can do about it.
Right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Just hasn't been able to do it enough tonight.
Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks nothing. Back to the top of the order in Mookie Betts. 4th in the majors in slugging. We were talking about this during the homestand, but you look at the guys ahead of him. We just mentioned Aaron Judge hitting the 2 home runs. 6'7", 280 pounds. Paul Goldschmidt is second. 6'3", 220 pounds. Yordan Alvarez is third. 6'5", 225 pounds. Mookie Betts 5'9", 180.
Well, I can promise you, you're walking through the mall and you see Mookie Betts just dressed in street clothes. You're not going to believe that that guy's 4th in baseball in slugging.
Yeah.
Right? You just.
Because he dresses well, you might be like, oh, that might be somebody. But other than that.
No, it just doesn't jive with all the, like, you look at him and you don't think power. But what you do see is exceptional athleticism and hand speed that is second to none.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
Well, something that all the teams do now in draft prep is neuro testing.
Yep.
See how fast guys make decisions, how fast they react. The Red Sox, who obviously drafted Mookie Betts, are one of the first teams to do that. And they could not believe the scores they were getting on Mookie Betts in those tests. One of the reasons they took him higher than he realized anybody was thinking of taking him. So that's another skill that, to go back to your mall test, you're not going to see just when a person's walking down the street, walking through the mall. That's a bullet past Rivera and into the corner for Trey Turner to extend this inning with a double.
There's some fast twitch right there.
Freddie Freeman.
Turner gets around this fastball, shoots it down the line. That's one of the things. You can be strong, you can hit the ball, all that, but the ability to process information and react, not sure that that can be taught. That's just God's gift.
4th extra base hit of this game already. Freddie Freeman takes ball 1. He, of course, has one of the extra base hits. You were talking about his long home run in San Diego. Here it is on StatCast. Very similar to the one that he hit tonight.
Yeah, that one, again, it wasn't favorable conditions. And I thought that thing was going out of the park. This thing over the pool. Really almost identical spots as far as right center field.
They're going to put him on. Getting the Barry Bonds treatment in this series. Second time he's been put on intentionally.
Catcher, Will Smith.
I will still say this year, though, the best one, 1-2 count to Trey Turner.
Right.
Intentional walk. Let's put him down. I will never forget that.
Yeah.
And Max Muncy made him pay with that home run right after.
How about those White Sox hanging around?
Right?
Nobody wants to win the American League Central. It's a ball on Will Smith. Guardians have a 3.5 game lead. White Sox in second. Twins have faded all the way to 5 back and in third.
Yeah, they had a rough series with the Guardians. Guardians swept them.
.2-0 from Kelly. Shot to right. McCarthy to the corner. Runs it down. Dodgers leave a couple but lead 3-0.
Dodgers take on the Cardinals. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance to receive this giveaway. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
with the removable mask.
Like that.
It's a nice wrinkle.
There's your home run distance leader for the Dodgers.
That's right.
Austin Barnes.
Strongest of them all.
Right.
Just one hit against Clayton Kershaw over 3 scoreless innings. Jake McCarthy leads off this 4th for the D-backs. Strike 1. Good slider. 4 Ks, 1 walk, just the 1 hit from Perdomo. High fly ball to center field that Bellinger settles under for the first out of the 4th. Well, assuming Clayton Kershaw can stay right health-wise, gives him 2 sure things as far as the starting pitching goes. We're talking about that, the way that it can line up with the pitching in the postseason. What you know for sure is Urias and Kershaw with the way those guys have been going.
There's Julio having a Cy Young Award winning year. It's going to be an interesting vote. Still has what, 3-4 starts.
Curve for a strike on Walker. It's 0-2.
I mean, you have to figure that the Dodgers, theoretically, in the top 7 or 8, you could have 3 guys that are garnering votes in the top 7 or 8. Urias,
being the 3rd.
Gonsolin, Anderson.
Oh, right. Kershaw struck out Walker with a good slider the first time. Fastball misses away, 1-2. Yeah, and he gets him again, burying another slider. I think he's made his most dominant pitches tonight to his arch nemesis in Walker.
Well, and what makes this exceptional, this ball bounces in the dirt, and Walker, as you mentioned, has had success. Nobody's hit more home runs against Clayton Kershaw than Christian Walker, but he's swinging at pitches that aren't in the zone.
5 more, buddy. Clayton Kershaw last start, he had 19 swings and misses. 16 came on breaking pitches. He's got 8 swings and misses today, all on breaking pitches. Strike 1 with a fastball to Rivera. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off, 1-2. Struck out Rivera his first time, one of the 5 that he's got tonight. And sunk Rivera to 2 of his last 29 after a hot start following the trade from Kansas City. One-two pitch. Another 1-2 flies home. This one's a fastball very high. Count evens up.
You like to see Kirsch throwing well, especially in a night that they can clinch the NL West. But more importantly, just the fact that this is his 3rd start after the IL stint. He's continuing to look better and better. Just hope that progression continues as we get to October.
It's now 14 innings off of the IL, 3 runs. As far as number of pitches, he threw 86 over 6 innings against San Francisco last time. 56 here in the 4th, delivers another to Rivera, and it's pulled to short. Diving stop, Turner, a gun across to get him. Trey Turner with a highlight reel play to finish off the 4th. Brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Dodgers up 3-0 as we go to the 5th inning, coming off a great defensive play from Trey Turner.
This ball is a rocket. Turner just lays out, sets his feet, and as you mentioned, he throws an absolute rocket over to Freddie at first. Kirsch liking it.
Still just 1 hit against Clayton Kershaw over these 4 scoreless innings. Trey Turner, who has been great offensively all year, has gotten better and better defensively as the year has gone on, putting together quite the campaign to get a nice looking contract.
That was your second baseman last year, by the way, right? That's, man, what an athlete.
2-0 on Max Muncy. Just the final piece of the whole thing is showing that he can do it in the postseason as well. He does that, and I don't think there's another shortstop that's going to make what he's going to make this winter. And what is going to be a really good shortstop class. It's knifed into left field for Luplow in the 1st out of the 5th. That is assuming Carlos Correa does indeed opt out of his deal. There's been some conversation that he likes Minnesota so much that he's going to stay there. Could still opt out, redo a deal to stay there.
Justin Turner.
Xander Bogaerts figures to opt out of his contract, become a free agent in Boston. Dansby Swanson scheduled to hit free agency as well in Atlanta. One gone 5th inning. Justin Turner has struck out both times against Kelly. Hot shot to short, caught by Perdomo.
Kelly looking to have his first 1-2-3 inning, huh?
In much different fashion. He's been averaging over 20 pitches per inning. So at 2 gone, it's Joey Gallo, who launched a home run for his first hit of this trip and walked. And so far today, he's done the 2 things that produce his value. He's hit homer, he's taken a walk. Cal Nelson, who pitched last night, didn't get an out. Warman here in the 5th. There's an 0-1 from Kelly. Gallo shows bunt and takes a strike.
Come on. Right.
You love it or hate it?
As a fan, I just think it's neat, right? He's walked, he's hit a monstrous home run, and then he's going to drop a bunt.
How about as the old slugger?
I'm not big on that right there.
Okay.
And I'm not sure the hitting coaches either. Right? You got a little something going. Let's continue it. I mean, the 2-out bunt to get down to first base. Yeah.
500-foot dinger. That's sweet.
Right. Well, again, you got 2 outs. Your 0-1 count. I mean, just not sure that's the play.
Now it's 2-2, and it's outside, ball 3. Kelly's payoff. Gallo swings and misses. Halfway home, Dodgers up 3-0, looking for the clinch.
For Dia de los Dodgers, presented by Hornitos, and purchase a special ticket pack to receive an exclusive bobblehead. Buy a ticket to each of the doubleheader games to receive both bobbleheads. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/ticketpacks.
Dodgers up 3-0. Stone Garrett with a big rip and a foul on the first pitch from Clayton Kershaw. He's given up just 1 hit through 4. 1 hit, 1 walk. Get Garrett to pop out his first time. Way up there. Guy that waits on it can relate. Joey Gallo makes the catch, and Garrett's the first out of the 5th. For the Dodgers, 106 wins last year, but a game out. Right. Giants set a franchise record winning 107. Dodgers on pace to become the first team ever to win 106 one year, and then more than that the next year. And after a 1-year hiatus, a win away from being back on top for the 9th time in 10 years. Jordan Luplow swings and misses. Good slider. Strike 1.
And I think that's why Doc was mentioning to Kirsten prior to the game, they're going to celebrate when they win this division, and rightfully so, because it's not a given. And as we saw last year, you can win 106 games and hang with them. You finish second, and it is an achievement. Man. Obviously not the end all, but it's something to hang your hat on, be proud of. Kirsch doing it tonight too.
Strike 1 with the slider, strike 2 with the curveball. See what he goes with here on an 0-2 to Luplow. A fastball outside, 1-2. Love when he sprinkles in one of each. More and more unpredictable through the years. The 1-2. This great regular season does a couple things. Of course, the big thing is it's going to win you the division, but the other thing is it's going to allow you to line things up comfortably going into October instead of pushing and pushing and pushing. Right to the last day of the regular season, right through the wild card game, through the division series, and then maybe running out of steam in the championship series. You're going to be so well rested that there will be questions, are you too well rested going into your first playoff game?
I think you take the too well rested over what you went through last year. Right, you'll have an opportunity to see who your opponent's going to be, to line up your pitching accordingly. And I will say to no end, the postseason was lost last year, the last day of the season, when Max Muncy went down. That's when it all happened.
Dalton Varsho hits it in the ground to second. Chris Taylor's there, and that's a 7-pitch 5th inning for Clayton Kershaw. Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. And by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Two-run shot from Joey Gallo in the second. Solo home run from Freddie Freeman in the third. Into the bullpen they go as Taylor Widener comes on here in the 6th.
Not a lot of experience you see right there. Only 5 2/3 innings. Roughed up a little bit. An ERA of almost 8. Opponent's not having many troubles against him. 370 batting average against.
27 years old, third year with Major League time. A lot of this season's been spent in the minors. Chris Taylor, Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts coming up. Strike one with a fastball. Widener, a former draft pick of the New York Yankees out of South Carolina. Came over here in the Brandon Drury trade. Drury was initially shipped out of Arizona. Widener is one of their top prospects coming up. Ahead of Taylor 0-2. And now a base hit into center on a 2-strike pitch. Got a 96-mile-per-hour fastball and turned it around for his second hit. Good signs from Taylor, huh?
He's been swinging the bat ever since he got clean shaven.
Sometimes.
That was a 3rd straight fastball. Widener tried to sneak by Taylor. Not going to do that. But he has. He's looked a lot better swinging the bat the last couple of days. I mean, that just, it lengthens the lineup. Opportunity to platoon him and Lux at second base, or he can play left field. So many options.
Bellinger 0 for 2 after the back-to-back multi-hit games. That's a nasty changeup to get strike one. Hey, so Jacob deGrom tonight started for the New York Mets. He lost the game to the Cubs, but he gave up 3 runs over 6 innings, and in doing so ties a record that's more than 100 years old. It's his 39th consecutive start of 3 or fewer runs. Last time Jacob deGrom gave up more than 3 earned runs was September 9th, 2019. And the last guy to have a stretch like that was Jim Scott with the White Sox in 1914.
Somebody's going to see him in the postseason. But what I will say, Cubs beat him tonight.
Right. Ian Happ hit a home run off him. And the Atlanta Braves have a 4-1 lead over the Giants. If that score holds, the Mets lead will be down to a half game. Wild card for the Mets at this point is Scherzer. If they have Scherzer healthy, scary in a short series. You're down 2-0 like that without squinting too hard. We face deGrom game 1, Scherzer game 2. I know you've talked about they're going to have to push to the end, so they're not going to be able to line it up exactly like that.
I just feel like they've got to win their division.
Yeah, it allows them to line it up like that.
Right. They just have to.
Straight up. Walker takes charge and makes the play. Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks nothing. Top of the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order, Mookie Betts. A big smile on his face about something.
Life.
Yeah, right.
That's what,
right now.
That's what he's smiling about. Life.
We were showing the pictures yesterday of him and Freddie Freeman dressing up together for the costume trip on Sunday. And we've talked about it. Those guys have really gotten close quickly. Every time I see them walking around together, I think of that song. Let me tell you about my best friend. Like,
yep.
They've hit it off so quickly. Pitch out. Wow, unicorn. I mean, they are two guys on a really short list of people that could relate with each other. I mean, these guys are all baseball players, but their situations, for how unique they are pretty similar. You know, getting one of them traded, one of them sort of against his will sent into free agency to the other coast, to a franchise different than the only one they'd ever known. Big contracts. They can relate with all their teammates, but with each other on a different level.
Well, you can talk about all the things that Freddie Freeman has brought to this ball club on the field, offensively. But I would say that probably one of the most important things is he's become someone that Mookie can lean on. As you mentioned, they're inseparable. How about today? We're on the bus, and you know, Freddie and his guy, they go grab the car, pull it around front. Guess who walks right out? It's Mookie. Get in the car and off to the park they go.
And actually, when Freddie pulled up with his friend and they were waiting there, you knew what they were waiting on.
Yeah, right. Say, where's Mookie? He's coming. 5, 4, 3. There's Mookie.
Cue the music. Let me tell you about my best friend. Another 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball. This one is into the seats. And say what you will about how important that is, but you know better than any of us that these are human beings, and to have a person like that, that's a real thing for how you perform here.
That's huge. And you can talk about or trivialize that sort of stuff all day long, all you want, and say, well, no, the numbers, this, that. But the human element and the fact that you're with these guys, you're with one another every single day from February until the beginning of November, can't quantify it.
This one's going to be playable. Walker again.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
It's been a good night for Trey Turner, who has a walk and a double and a great defensive play. He dove into the hole, stood up, and unleashed his fastest throw of the year. Talk about his improving defense. Part of that has been a lot of work that he's put in on his arm. Throw from short was 87 miles per hour, which was impressive when you consider that he popped up from his stomach and did it without gathering much momentum.
I think just the fluidity, getting up off the ground, the gracefulness, and getting in a position to make a throw like that. Just watching that's exciting. I don't think he does anything awkward.
So back to our dancing conversation last night. We got to figure he's got some moves, right?
Has to, right?
Yeah. Takes cardboard with him everywhere.
He doesn't need cardboard, right?
Okay.
You ever see those guys every once in a while they do moonwalking and everything, and you're like, wow, those dudes can move. And then you see they got the wheels on the bottom of the shoes, and you're like, oh, come on, that's cheating, right?
Yeah. Can't say I've ever seen that happen, but
no,
you
did. Oh, You never see that at the airport or the mall like that. Oh,
what?
Dude, you get these
Guys moonwalking through the airport?
They do this. They're killing time.
There goes Taylor. No throw. Stolen base.
Either that or they're trying to sell you a book.
What kind of book are they trying to sell you?
It was before your time. Here's a
yeah. They're like handing out CDs and stuff, like listen to my mixtape.
I got to be careful about that. Now there used to be back in the day the Hare Krishnas.
Ah, okay.
They weren't in the roller skate boots or whatever.
That is shot to short and caught by Perdomo. Dodgers up 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Clayton Kershaw just one hit over 5 scoreless innings. Into the 6th inning for the 2nd consecutive start. 16 innings in his 3 starts since the injured list, and he's given up only 3 runs.
The legend continues,
Doesn't
right?
it? Nine 1-2. Here's Perdomo, who's got the only hit of the game for Arizona. There's a strike. Well, at this point, Gerardo Perdomo is the only thing standing between Dave Roberts and a really awkward, difficult situation. Turner, much easier play this time.
Catcher, Carson Kelly.
Carson Kelly 0 for 2. Third time through the order here, and Kershaw holding opponents below 200 first 2 times through, but average closer to 300 when a lineup sees him for the 3rd time. Give a home run to David Villar in his last start, 3rd time through the lineup. It's one of those things that when you get into the postseason, if you deem it a thing, you just don't let it happen.
Right. And you've got the guys, and again, it just depends. You've also got to include the eye test. Because there are times where you might be getting through that, you're just mowing people down. Like we know, you go back to the Blake Snell, right? And that, the World Series, and you say, geez, why'd you ever take him out?
Routine in right. 2 up, 2 down. And 10 in a row retired by Kershaw since the lone hit.
You think Kersh has ever said, hey, this is my 3rd time through the lineup. You might want to watch me here. I'm good. Maybe I have somebody get loose down there just in case.
I've never been sure of anything. And he has not. Ketel Marte, who's 0 for 2, watches a curve as his knees buckled. Strike 1. Get off me ball, but a weak roller to Freddie Freeman, who feeds Clayton Kershaw, and he's got another 0 put up there. 6 scoreless innings, 6 very efficient scoreless innings.
Cadillac. Outfielder Miguel Vargas rejoins the team as a September call-up and reflects back on his eventful Major League debut against the Giants. Also, watch Dodgers players, coaches, and staff continue the annual tradition of dressing in costume for a late season road trip. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac, Saturday.
Freddie Freeman starts the 7th, takes a strike from Taylor Widener. Hit his 20th home run earlier tonight. Second long home run of this road trip. Second long home run of the game. Got the 2-run shot from Gallo. Got the solo shot from Freeman. Yeah, they've gotten 6 shutout innings to put them on the verge of popping bottles. Went around 1-2.
Don't see that very often from Freddie. An indecisive swing, and
couldn't lay off that high fastball. Widener had him looking uncharacteristically uncomfortable for that at bat.
Catcher, Will Smith.
One away in the 7th. One ball, one strike on Will Smith. Grounded to Perdomo. Widener's look good.
it really has. He had those 2 fastballs against Taylor, had him down 0-2, and then CT hit a rocket up the middle. You're thinking, oh, okay, well, but then since he's made some excellent pitches, got through the top part of the lineup, not bad.
Muncy's got a single and a walk, also flied to left. Here he takes a strike. Final game of the series is tomorrow. Zach Davies goes for Arizona. Good chance that Michael Grove is going to start for the Dodgers tomorrow. It would push Dustin May back to the first game in San Francisco.
You're right about Widener. We've seen some swings from Dodger hitters that indecisive, not really committed.
Here's his 2-2. Drifts outside. Count goes full on Muncy. 3-2. Fly ball to deep right field. McCarthy's back. Track, wall, gone. Third bomb of the game belongs to Max Muncy. It's his 20th. It's 4-0. So now the top 5 guys in the Dodger lineup, all with 20 or more home runs this year.
Max Muncy with that little step back. Hammers that thing to right field. You know, he almost hit a home run last night as well to center field. Been swinging it ever since the beginning of August.
4th home run in his last 5 games, even with the near miss last night. And all these Dodger fans here starting to taste it. Padres have a 1-0 lead in their game in Seattle. Game's in the 7th inning. Like we said before, this is how you'd want to do it. Not with a loss to drop the magic number. You want to do it with a win. For them, it'd be the 98th.
Well, and up to this point, they're doing it like they've done all year, and that's dominate offensively, dominate from the pitching side, play good D.
It's pretty awesome how consistently well-rounded they are.
Well, that's it. You can look at other teams and they excel in certain areas, but the Dodgers excel in every area, and that's what makes them different. That's why they can attack you so many different ways.
Turner to left center field. Luplow on the move. Won't get there. Turner's got himself a double. Adding to his career high total in that category.
Left fielder Joey Gallo.
33rd of the year for Justin Turner. And for the Dodgers, 6 more extra base hits tonight. So over the last 10 games, they're averaging more than 5 extra base hits per game.
They don't chase, they slug. They don't strike out. They walk. They hit the most line drives. They keep the ball in the air.
They chug.
They chug.
They got sweet sneakers.
Man, he's not messing around with those shoes tonight.
Yeah. Them's division clinching shoes. Ball on Gallo. Kirsten's digging, trying to find the story on those shoes. There's got to be some story to them. Two-0 on Gallo. He's got one of the 3 homers in this game. Two and one. Donovan's up 2-2. Got him swinging. Dodgers get another run. Max Muncy with a home run. Clayton Kershaw comes back out. 4-0 as we stretch in Phoenix. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. On 3 home runs, the Dodgers 4, the Diamondbacks nothing. Clayton Kershaw 6 scoreless innings. Dodgers on the verge of clinching a division title, and they've got a fitting character leading the way. On the mound in Clayton Kershaw to face Jake McCarthy here, open the bottom of the 7th. Walker and Rivera to follow. It's ball 1 on McCarthy. Just the 75th pitch of the game for Kershaw. Into the 7th for the first time since his near no-hitter in Anaheim, July 15th. Went 8 innings that day. Musset in the air, down the line. And Mookie from the middle of nowhere. He even impressed himself on that one.
Watch him after he catches it. His look he gives to the guys in the bullpen. He's like, damn. Woo. Uh-huh. That's great.
How is he not your favorite player? I mean, so much fun. One away for Christian Walker, swing and a miss. Mookie covered 113 feet to make that catch.
I didn't think there was any chance he was going to get it. And then you look at the situation, just let that drop. Stay away from any type of injury.
Walker to third. Muncy to first. 2 gone in the 7th. The way this night is going, they're all turning into a bunch of kids down there playing the game they love.
Not a care in the world. They're, again, you mentioned, just turn back the clock to when you're a little guy, you're excited about putting on the uniform that Saturday morning and in it all day long. You play your game. You don't want to get out of it. Your parents, come on, son, you got to take that uni off.
Sharply hit and through. Rivera with a base hit. First one for the Diamondbacks since the 3rd inning. First base runner period since the 3rd for them. Four-0 game, bottom of the 7th. Stone Garrett is 0 for 2 today, hitting above 400 in his first 2 weeks in the majors, though. Caleb Ferguson has started to warm. Where's that Josh Bard?
Oh, do it to me.
I didn't have to. Everybody was doing it to you when you got here today. If you weren't tuned in last night. Little mix-up between Josh Bard and Alex Vesia. Honest mistake. Fly to right. Mookie Betts is there. And Clayton Kershaw, with the Dodgers' 1 win from a division title, has fired 7 scoreless innings. In the 7th, some help from Superman himself. Dodgers continue on this road trip, trying to go to 4-1 on this trip with a win tonight. They wrap it up tomorrow. Michael Grove is probably going to be the starter for the Dodgers. Zach Davies will counter for Arizona. That's going to do it for Clayton Kershaw. 7 scoreless innings. Some help from Mookie Betts in that inning. And how about Kershaw? A little bit better each time.
Right. 5 innings, 6 innings, this time 7.
And even a smile from him. As a staff, that is 22 straight scoreless innings. Back to the early part of the game in San Diego on Sunday. Chris Taylor leads off against Middleton, who pitched last night as well.
Take him back to his Angel days. He used to get it up there close to 100 now after the arm surgery. Mid-90s.
Soft bouncer along third. Barehand Rivera running through, and a heck of a play. Manuel Rivera, who had a base hit against Kershaw last half inning. Nice defensive play here.
Now, you're not lying. Comes in, has the only way to get it is to barehand it. Grabs it cleanly and gets a speedy Taylor.
On 3 homers, Dodgers up 4-0. It's Bellinger taking a strike. Cody's 0 for 3 in this game. Hey, so with everything Ohtani's doing, you never hear about Mike Trout anymore. Mike Trout had it snapped today, but 7 games in a row with a home run. Fell 1 shy of the all-time record. And he's got 35 home runs in 100 games this year. He's second in the American League, even though he's missed a month.
Well, how about this? If you looked in that leaderboard, he wouldn't show because he doesn't qualify.
Unreal.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough at-bats to qualify to be in that. That guy, I mean, you pay to just go watch those two play. You're not watching the team, but you're watching Trout and Ohtani.
Strike 3 call. That one was filthy. So 2 gone in the 8th inning. Preparations being made in the Dodger clubhouse. Getting ready to party.
Visiting clubhouse guys love that. Love it.
Betts is hitless until late last night when he hit a 3-run home run. Here he pokes this one to the right field corner for McCarthy. And McCarthy makes a great play that Betts can only tip his cap to over in the same area that he made the play of his own. To the bottom of the 8th. Getting closer.
Clubhouse ready. Got to put the plastic up because the champagne, it's going to be flowing.
Absolutely. It might get serious out here. We might need to get some goggles and gone. Watch out.
We cover it all coming up.
I love that. He was covering up the lockers in the studio. 7 scoreless innings from Clayton Kershaw tonight after the shutout last night. And the 6 scoreless innings to finish off the series in San Diego. You do that math, you get 22 consecutive scoreless innings from the Dodgers staff. No pressure. Caleb Ferguson trying to keep that rolling with a 4-0 lead here in the 8th.
Another lefty for the Diamondbacks to see. Got a steady diet of Anderson last night, Kirsch tonight.
Bottom part of the order for Ferguson. It's Luplow, Varsho, Perdomo. Got to end in an O to bat down here. he ends in a W, but the sound. Hey, you know what's as wild as the fact that Mike Trout doesn't qualify even though he's second in home runs is the gap between him and Aaron Judge. 22 home run gap between first and second in the American League home run leaderboard.
But I'm not going to blame Trout there. I'm going to blame all the other guys chasing Judge. Trout took 2 months off, right?
I'm just going to blame Aaron Judge
for being that good?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So it'd be the largest gap since Babe Ruth was the only guy that hit home runs. Three and one. Yu Darvish is saying that magic number's not going to drop to 0 on my account. Huh? 7 scoreless innings for Darvish for the Padres tonight on 2 hits. And he's needed to be that good. It's 1-0. Into the 8th inning. It's a leadoff walk for Luplow.
Yeah, he's doing that against one of the better teams in all of baseball as well, the Seattle Mariners.
That sounds weird. Does that feel weird coming out?
Better teams in baseball. Seattle.
Right. Ready to snap the longest postseason drought in major sports. 21 years since that record-setting regular season team in 2001. Dave Roberts out there to argue with the first base umpire Vic Carapazza. Thought that there should have been strike 3 called on that check swing. Or there's got to be something else.
Yeah, right. I'm wondering if somebody said something and he threw somebody out of the game, or.
Maybe Doc just doesn't want to wait any longer for that champagne. He's going to get a little head. Wants to go have first dibs at the bottles. But he remains in. Dalton Varsho. Showed bunt, took a ball. For those 2001 Seattle Mariners who had the 116 wins to set the record. Certainly a cautionary tale. And as we have the discussion about this Dodgers team, amazing what they're doing this year. Trying to check a box tonight, win the division, maybe set the wins record. You do not want to become a cautionary tale. You do not want to become a punchline like the 2001 Mariners are. This is all amazing, but it all becomes, it all gets that stamp put on it. All holds up if you win it all.
And they know that, and that's why there is a pressure on them. Yes, they've had a dynamite regular season.
Grounders through. Varsho with a base hit. First to reach for the Diamondbacks in a game that is not over yet. Still 6 outs for the D-backs to work with.
I think just what you're watching this inning just speaks volumes of how good Kershaw was tonight. We're 2 hitters in. We got first and second. The minute we take Kershaw out.
7 and 8 in the order that do it. And now Perdomo's got one of the 3 hits for the Diamondbacks tonight. He takes ball 1 from Ferguson. Two and 0. There's a strike. Evan Phillips, who pitched a scoreless 8th inning yesterday. Very well rested. He's only pitched a handful of games this month. Perdomo bunts through it, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he and Bickford have been the only right-handers that the Diamondback club has seen so far in this series.
Got him. Well, Ferguson comes back from 2-0 to strike out Perdomo, giving his first out.
Trademark high fastball. Loves to throw it. Just got it right by Perdomo.
1 gone in the 8th. Back to the top, Carson Kelly. Still looking for his first hit of this series. Diamondbacks still looking for their first run of this series after scoring 12 in the last game of their road trip. And they've averaged 5 runs per game the last 3 months. Strike 1, 96 to the inside corner. Now, Perdomo was their first at bat tonight with a runner in scoring position. They had those chances last night, but went 0 for 5.
Well, Anderson induced a few double plays. That was his friend last night. As you said it, Kirsch just flat out dominating this evening.
Grounded to third. Speak it into existence. 5-4-3. The double play returns to the picture and sends this game to the 9th. Scoreless innings from Clayton Kershaw, and preparations have been made to celebrate a division title. We go to the 9th inning. We welcome inside the broadcast booth Joe Davis and Eric Karros. Everything to this point has gone the way the Dodgers had hoped tonight to make this a really fun night.
Well, it really has, and it's been contributions from both sides of the ball. Pitching, Kirsch has been absolutely outstanding again. You got the power, you saw the 3 lefties, and then Trey Turner making a great defensive play.
Mookie Betts, great defensive play.
Forgot about Mookie. I just expect Mookie all the time. Hey, man.
Yeah. What else? Mark Melancon into the game here in the 9th inning. Dodgers looking to add a little bit before Arizona brings the top part of the order to the plate in the 9th inning. And it looks like they're going to face Craig Kimbrell, even with this not being a save situation. Let him try to lock down the final outs of the division clincher. You know, so recent years the celebration has been somewhat subdued. You wonder how last year not winning will impact that, if at all.
So Doc said earlier they're going to celebrate. You've got a game tomorrow, then the day off Thursday. These guys have earned the right and deserve to celebrate. And we're not talking about a toast, and we're not talking about nice job this year.
Talking like go get it.
They should. What they've done this year is crazy. I mean, we're talking about numbers that you can compare back to the 30s and the 20s. And it's in all facets. It's not just, hey, the offense was great this year and the guys that swing the bats are, toasting and fired up and the pitchers are sitting over there going, yeah, great, whatever. The pitchers have been dominant. This has been a collective effort.
So many different pitchers have been dominant. I mean, the lineup, top to bottom, collectively, really good years. Some of them better than others, but collectively, really good years. Pitching staff, it's been injury after injury, important piece after important piece. And no matter who they've plugged in, no matter who's climbed up the totem pole as a result of those injuries, has performed at an exceptionally high level. That's the most remarkable thing. When you peer within the 112 win pace, the offense has done what everybody kind of thought they could, which is still incredible. The pitching staff, if you had looked at the injuries, if you had gotten a list of the people that they'd be without for as long as they've been without them, you would have said no chance they're the best pitching staff in baseball. But here they are. They have been.
Well, do you think anybody could have predicted the numbers that Urias, and I expect that, Gonsolin and Anderson, if you said these three guys, look at their numbers, and these are the guys that have put them up, you would have said, no, that's got to be a Kershaw, Buehler mixed in. Something along those lines. But it's guys have got opportunities, and they have produced.
Say what you will about one-loss records for pitchers, but those three guys you mentioned, 47-11.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I'm going to pick three pitchers that are going to go 47-11, and it's not going to include Kershaw or Buehler. I said, nah, come on. It really has. It's. I mean, you say it ad nauseum. It's been special.
It's a treat to get to watch it every night. 3-2 to Freddie Freeman. Got him swinging. 2 gone in the 9th inning.
Catcher, Will Smith.
And I think as we talk about, like they all would acknowledge, they've got to win the whole thing for it to be what they want. That is somewhat missing the point, too, about what we all enjoy about this sport. If you're not going to take enjoyment of the 162-game season, if you're not going to celebrate things like division titles, well, that's missing out on 90% of what a season gifts us all. Big curve is inside. Ball 1 on Will Smith. So the fact that we've all been able to enjoy this greatness every single night, no matter where it ultimately leads, in the moment, night after night, this has been special.
Well, if you appreciate good baseball, there's no better place to be. Because this brand that they're putting out, the way they go about doing it, it's almost methodical.
Methodical excellence.
Yeah.
Two and one on Will Smith. Punch the other way, base hit for Smith. First one of the series for Will.
Third baseman, Max
Will letting everybody know that he's come to play. Getting in the box score there with a base hit.
Keeping the inning going for Muncy, who's got one of the 3 home runs tonight, in addition to a single and a walk. Even as good as they've been pitching-wise this year, as we're talking about, this would be if they could put up a 0 in the 9th inning. First time this year they've had back-to-back shutouts.
Really, first time? That surprises me.
Veteran reliever Melanson here in his first season in Arizona, his 9th different team. Dodgers and the Rockies, the only 2 teams in the division he's not pitched for. The year with San Diego, had 3 years with San Francisco. He's an all-star with the Padres last year, leading the majors with 39 saves. 2-0 to Muncy is swung on and missed. Broke in 2009 with the New York Yankees. Into the Astros and the Red Sox and the Pirates. He's an all-star 3 times in Pittsburgh. The end of the 26 season with the Nationals. Then he went to the Giants. A couple years with the Braves. 37 years old now. Originally from Wheat Ridge, Colorado. You mentioned that he's got just the 2 teams in the division he's not pitched for. 2 teams he's not pitched for, Rockies and the Dodgers. Connections to both of them as well. He's born in Colorado, and he was drafted at one point by the Dodgers. 3-1 to Muncy. Misses, ball 4. Muncy's on for the 4th time tonight.
Designated hitter, Justin Turner.
Justin Turner, who doubled his last time, stands in with 2 on and 2 out. Dodgers looking for their 10th straight win over the Diamondbacks and their 27th in 32 meetings the last 2 years. Got another game tomorrow and 5 of them in LA next week.
Talking earlier about those shoes that JT has on tonight. He's got the elbow guard and the shin guard that all match.
Yeah.
So a variety of sports, sports, all sports.
Yeah. Video game controller.
Yeah, I did see that. You're right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of that.
One pitch. Ball 2 on Turner. Dodgers tonight got 2 runs in the 2nd inning, 1 run in the 3rd, 1 run in the 7th. Got to go in a lot earlier than they did in the 6-0 win last night when they scoreless into the 7th. Chase that one up, and it's 2-2. Justin Brule has joined Craig Kimbrell. Deuce is wild in the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 coming to Justin Turner. Melanson throws. Turner takes ball 3. Runners who get a head start. There they go. Here it comes. Turner fouls it off. We'll do it again. Yu Darvish is through 8 scoreless innings in Seattle. 1-0 Padres to the 9th inning. '25th pitch of the inning from Melanson, and there will be a 26th as he walks to load the bases. Scoring started tonight with Joey Gallo's 17th home run.
That was big early in the game. Got the Dodgers on the board. 2nd inning off of Merrill Kelly.
The Dodgers got to once again.
Right.
Kelly in danger, falling to 0-4 against the Dodgers this year. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. He is 12-2 with a .228 against the rest of baseball. Bases loaded in the 9th. Strike 1 on Gallo. Fouls that one back. 0-2.
Technically, I'd say Gallo hasn't had the run at all tonight in any of his at-bats. You know, you jog around on the home run, then a walk, 2 strikeouts.
That's 3 true outcome night, huh?
Right.
On 1-2, Gallo grounds it foul. Grounder to first. Walker's got it. And that's the inning. Gallo stumbled out of the box a little bit there, limping his way up the line and in some pain. Something the Dodgers are going to take a look at here. Swing. It's nice to see him staying in the game. He's in a lot of pain. That's the back foot.
No, certainly didn't look good, but he's able to move around, walking. Told Doc he's not coming out of the game. You don't want to come out of the game if you're about ready to clinch. You see that? Just, you don't even need a glove out there.
I don't think he's caught one with his glove yet.
Right?
There we go. All right, so this game goes to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Dodgers 3 outs away from clinching the division. Here's Craig Kimbrel to try and get those 3.
Now, he's been real good last week, and you can see that clubhouse is ready. It is ready to get wet. Look at that, the goggles and the slides in front of everybody's locker.
That's nice.
That is big league.
Alex Torres, who runs the show down there, is as good as they get.
Yes, he is.
So Craig Kimbrel, who has fired 8 consecutive scoreless outings, faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Arizona order. Ketel Marte watches a fastball for strike 1. Kimbrel's gotten back to just pounding that zone. And throughout his career, that's when he's been his best. When it's not been chasing chase, not been chasing strikeouts, it's been here it is, try and hit it. And sometimes they do, but he's not having those 25 pitch innings anymore, where it deteriorates as the inning goes on, and then he's unavailable the next day.
I mean, for me, hitting is so hard, and pitchers just have to trust their stuff, and he's got electric stuff. Just throw it over the plate. Take your chances.
Stroke to center field, right at Bellinger. 1 gone in the 9th, and there's a good example of it.
Right fielder, Chase McCarthy.
Two in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 7th. Arizona still looking for its first run of this series. McCarthy, who's 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike. .23 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings is, by the way, the longest scoreless inning streak for the team since 2015, when they had 35 scoreless innings in a row in May. Fastball cut on and miss. That will work.
This thing starts in the zone, just continues to run out. Remember, this Diamondback, they're very good at not chasing.
Set for the 1-2. Here comes Kimbrel. Wrapped around the plate this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, this run started for the Dodgers in 2013. 8 straight division titles. Interrupted last year by the Giants' record-setting season, winning 107 games. Dodgers 106 wins, finished a game out. Topped, picked up by Kimbrel, 2 gone. They set a franchise record, but they finished in 2nd place. They set a record for a team not winning a title. It's the most games that any non-division winning team, any non-pennant winning team had ever won. And that context is what makes this year more than just 1 of 9 in a 10-year span. A little added appreciation given that they fell a little bit short last year. And so while during the 8 straight division title runs, the celebrations became a little bit more muted as you went through it. Very simple checking of a box by the time you got to that 8th in a row. Got a new life to the whole thing after they had the bad taste in the regular season last year.
The beer is back where it's supposed to be.
Christian Walker takes high ball 1. This will be the earliest they've ever done it since moving to LA in terms of number of games. Game 141, ready to celebrate a clinch. Would have been hard to do it, set a record as far as the date, just with as late as the season started this year. Record for that, 2019. They won it on September 10th, but that season started in late March. This one started a week into April. They have been an absolute machine, taking what a lot of people thought was going to be one of the great races in baseball and turn it into a boat race. 2-1 on Walker. Line drive caught, and that's it. The Dodgers steamroll their way to another division title, back on top in the West.
What do you think, corner over here? Corner. Well, I know the players come in from over here. Okay, so then should I go right here? So that way I got a whole wide line. Okay, yeah, go behind me right here. And I'll just stand right here for now until he tells me to come in. If they do, we'll let you know. Yeah. That way we're not tripping them.
September 13th, and already crowned division champs.
The fashion in which they did it tonight. Kershaw on the mound. Home runs, Freddie Freeman, Muncy, Gallo, good defense, and Kimbrel closing it out. It's a recipe you can take right into the postseason.
A lot of familiar faces, some new faces. A couple of the new faces got involved tonight. Freddie Freeman and Joey Gallo both hitting home runs. Craig Kimbrel getting the last 3 outs of the game. But it was the longest tenured Dodger, Mr. Reliable, one of the all-timers, going 7 shutout innings and getting the win in the clinching game. That is Clayton Kershaw in his 15th season, a season that wasn't guaranteed. He was a free agent after last year. He wasn't sure going into the offseason if he wanted to be back, if he wanted to keep on pitching. When he decided that he did want to keep pitching, he knew where he wanted it to be for reasons like this. He knew that they have something special going in LA. Manager of this division championship team is Dave Roberts, and he's with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, Dave, first, congratulations. Last year, you guys fought to the very end. The Giants ultimately took the NL West. So how good does it feel to have the NL West back?
It feels back to get the NL West back to Los Angeles. I'm proud of our guys. Last year, we got the division taken from us, and so for us to get it back, a lot of hard work. So this is the first step. We got a long way to go, but tonight it seems like it's a home game here at Chase Field, so we're going to enjoy this one.
I love that you said it right there. This is the first step. At the beginning of the season, you said the goal is to win another World Series. How important was it for you guys to start with the division?
It was the first step, and I think that we've done a good job of setting a certain standard of how we play and go about each day, and this is one of the results, and we're going to enjoy the fruits of celebrating as National League West champs.
We saw Clayton Kershaw take the mound today. How was this just the epitome, the perfect way to win for this team?
Yeah, you know what? He's a stalwart. He is, when you think of the Dodgers, You think of Clayton Kershaw and what he's meant for me, what he's meant for this entire organization, the whole Dodger Nation. For him to take the start today, go 7 scoreless, something like that, pretty spectacular, pretty special.
Well, Dave, congratulations on taking back the NL West. I appreciate it. Joe?
All right, Kirsten, and now the ceremonial picture. Clayton Kershaw is going to have a whole shelf of these. And we've got all kinds of coverage coming for you on Sportsnet LA tonight. Full coverage from the clubhouse. Kirsten and David Vassay is going to be in there with goggles on. Maybe a baggie over that wrist brace as they celebrate the division championship. Dominating march to it. They took what was a tight division race middle part of the summer. Remember, it was a 1-game lead in late June when the Padres came to town, and then they blew the doors off. 53-15 since the start of that series in late June. To separate from the Padres and win the division, still with a few weeks left. Time to get you to the studio. They'll have you right back here to Chase Field for all the celebration and all the post-game coverage. Take it away, John.
The Dodgers are a machine.
It's gone. Back-to-back home runs.
Oh, what a play.
Star power. That's what we're looking at.
Gone, a grand slam.
Filthy splitter for strike 3.
Stay hot, L.A.
The Dodgers are averaging 106 wins a season. They're that good, and they just got a lot better.
Chris Taylor, Clayton Kershaw, staying with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Freddie Freeman's joining the Dodgers.
They're built to play the World Series.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
The hit parade continues. Freeman is a house of fire.
The Dodgers turn the game upside down.
Just putting on a show.
This ball's gone. Way gone.
The hitting streak is alive and well for Trey Turner.
Walker Buehler's gone the distance.
If they're not the best team in baseball, there isn't any that's clearly better.
It is gone.
What a start for Mookie Betts and the Dodgers.
Got to see why Mookie Betts is one of the biggest stars in the game.
Mookie's done it again.
Mookie Betts is on fire.
All the MVP moves of Mookie we saw tonight.
It's going to be one heck of a ride once we get into the second half of the season.
I came from a team that was winning a lot, and now this team's winning even more.
First time since 1976, a Dodger team has won 12 straight in the regular season.
We received some unfortunate news that Walker Buehler is undergoing season-ending elbow surgery.
Do we have enough pitching to win a championship? The easy answer is yes.
The Dodger pitchers are not only striking out a bunch, they're fooling a lot of them.
But he's this generation's Sandy Koufax.
All eyes, the whole story becomes Kershaw.
Perfect 2-7.
We're seeing a different Clayton Kershaw.
The Dodgers strikeout king.
The outward confidence of Gonsolin from one pitch to the next.
Back-to-back Ks and the splitter again disappears. Continues to get better and better.
The Dodgers are really on a roll.
They are the best team in Major League Baseball, and it's not close.
They have been an absolute machine. Game 141, ready to celebrate a clinch.
And that's it. The Dodgers steamroll their way to another division title. Back on top in the West.